into Jets Overtime. We are presented by SiriusXM. Eric Allen here at MetLife Stadium, joined by Quincy Enunwa as always, and standout Jets rookie running back Braelon Allen. Braelon, 24-3 is the final tonight. You guys improved to 2-1 on the year. How imperative was a fast start out of the gate?
That was, one thing Aaron had kind of emphasized, over the week. And, he had brought up a stat of us not scoring on the first drive and, how long. We didn't today, but, the next drive we were able to put it in the end zone. But, the goal is always to start fast. You kind of want to get things rolling and, let the defense get out there with a little bit of a lead, take the pressure off them. So we did a pretty good job of that today.
What was it feeling like for you guys after that first drive? Because you got a couple first downs, you're in plus territory, you punt it back to them, and then you're the guy who actually got it going on the second drive when you marched down the field and scored the first touchdown.
I mean, whenever I'm out there, I just try to take as much, advantage of my opportunity as I can. Try to create a spark in any way. So, just kind of taking what was there to start off the drive, kind of get us into a little bit of a rhythm. But, the rest of the guys took it from there. We receivers made a bunch of plays, tight ends too, and A-Rod was out there running around like he was 25. So, that made a difference for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he changes the dynamic of the game when he's able to move around. I think that's one thing as fans we're all looking to see. So how do you feel like it changed the game for you guys? Like, what did it make you do? I saw there was one play where you did a little bit of a scramble drill, went up and then came back. Like, it looks like you guys have been practicing that.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the first times A-Rod ever yelled at me at practice was because I messed up a scramble drill. So, I've got that locked in now. Won't mess that up again. But, it just makes it easy. Nobody's expecting him really to, run around and, be super mobile. So when he's able to do that, and they realize, okay, we got to kind of keep this guy a little bit more contained, that opens everything else up.
Yeah. Braelon, can you speak to the balance that you guys had out there tonight? Aaron was doing his thing. So many guys catching balls. But at the same time, you and Brees getting traction on the ground. And you mentioned it before. It's not like, hey, Aaron was just targeting the wideouts, or it was Garrett or Alan Lazard. It was Conklin, it was Ruckert, it was you, it was Brees. Everybody was part of it. Xavier Gibson, the list goes on.
I feel like we just had a good rhythm, and I. All right. I felt like we were in a really good rhythm, but like you said, everybody kind of made plays. And, we were flowing well, playing complementary football, running the ball, passing the ball. So, I felt like the more we were able to run the ball, obviously, that opens everything else up. So,
so it's been a hell of a week for you. Here's fellow rookie running back Isaiah Davis presenting you with the Pepsi Zero Sugar
That's what I'm talking
about. Belt.
Oh, man.
Go ahead,
hey, show everybody.
Ooh. I was a WWE kid growing up.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it feels nice.
2 touchdowns last week.
You got to throw that thing over your shoulder.
Right
there you go.
What'd you think about that?
Man, this is crazy. This is high quality right here. They weren't playing around, but, man, all thanks to Isaiah, that's my guy, pushing me in practice, pushing me to be better every single day, along with, the rest of the offense. So this goes to everybody.
Hey, who were your guys growing up? You said WWE.
Rey Mysterio was my guy when I was real young.
Okay.
I loved the mask and stuff, so I was more of a high flyer type of guy. The Rey Mysterios, Kofi Kingston's, Sin Cara. He kind of came in later when I was kind of getting less interested in it. But
what's going on with you and Brees right now? And obviously Isaiah's there as well. He's getting some carries late in the game. But in terms of the way you guys complement each other,
man, I think it's just. It's kind of a match made in heaven. People like to say, thunder and lightning, but, he's he's a big, strong runner too. So it's kind of pick your poison. He can take it the distance at any point. And, I just try to lay the hammer on people whenever I can. And, kind of wear defenses down makes it easier for both of us late in the game.
I'm actually curious because we talked about who your favorite WWE guys were. But as a player, who are your favorite guys? Because watching you play, you're a bruiser. Like, you really put your head down and make sure sure that guys feel you when you're out in the field. Is there anybody that you were watching growing up that you really idolized?
Yeah. I mean, Melvin Gordon was my favorite player growing up. You know, he was really the guy that got me into football. And then for the longest time, I didn't really play running back. So once I got to college and became a running back full time, you know, I was locked in on Derrick Henry, and he's the guy that, you know, I've been watching ever since, and, you know, kind of trying to emulate my game after him. And, you know, I was able to work out with him over the offseason and stuff, and we have a great relationship. Coach Dews, our position coach, actually coached him for, you know, 6-7 years in Tennessee. So, you know, a lot of the same coach points that, you know, he had to make to Derrick early on. You know, I found myself in that same position. So, yeah, he definitely is.
What's it been like these first 3 weeks? You guys lose to San Francisco, short week, go to Tennessee, you score 2 touchdowns in the game, including the game winner. Then you come back here and face the New England Patriots, a team that was a nemesis for the Jets for a couple decades. Obviously, rosters have changed, but just securing that victory, you got a division win under your belt, and now 2-1. You got a long weekend ahead. What's it been like?
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, the Patriots have been the most dominant team throughout my whole entire life. So, you know, to be able to come out here and get a win against them, you know, my first division game is a great feeling.
Okay, Braelon Allen, thanks so much for joining us. Now we're going to go to Robert Saleh right now, who's talking to the media.
We missed to not say something about the defense with 7 sacks and 15 hits, but, man, you got to be impressed with the Aaron Rodgers show in this game. A lot of hugging, high-fiving. I mean, it's definitely something. It was great to watch him play just in and out of the pocket with the football.
Cool thing was he showed the mobility that we've been seeing throughout training camp. And like I said, he may not be what he used to be, but he still has plenty in those legs. And his arm is still 30, and his mind is still operating at a high level. But he was definitely impressive today.
After everything that he went through last year, seeing him get this kind of moment tonight, too, does that mean something to you?
Yeah, you're always happy for your guys. You know, probably be more of a question for him, but absolutely, anytime any of our guys has success, you're just excited for them.
You didn't have too many moments like this against New England the first couple of years, Robert. Do you believe the tide's shifting?
No, it's only week 3, buddy.
Aaron mentioned about trying to get off to faster starts. So what was the game plan going in trying to accomplish that?
Well, we kind of jumped the ball early. You know, they went to overtime, 72 plays last week, and so we were trying to go a little bit quicker pace in the first couple drives, especially that first drive, which I felt like we were able to accomplish. I believe we reeled off over 40 plays in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, and just trying to lean on them as much as we could.
What happened in the second quarter? Looked like you went up and tried to give Aaron Rodgers a hug there.
Yeah, he, you know, part of the things that we've been talking about is to just get the defense a 2-score lead. And it was a 2-score lead, so yeah, I guess he just wanted to see something on defense. So
You just reminded me that you
got a 2-score lead.
What did you think of the defense? I thought we were good.
Really good. You know, we talk about a style of play in the standard, and you know, just playing with relentless effort, 11 hats to the ball, and I felt like we did that.
We've talked about Will. It looks like, you know, you said he's getting better. It looks like.
Just got to be patient. He's coming along, though.
Morgan went down. Does that
we'll get an evaluation tomorrow. I couldn't tell you whether or not.
Usually do the early test, though.
Yeah, I'm going to hold pat on that one. It's hopefully everything. You guys know me. I'm always going to be optimistic with it, but we'll have better answers tomorrow.
New England didn't have the ball for long, but what can you take from the run defense this week, given that you were struggling the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, you know, it's credit to San Fran. I'll go back to them in terms of the way they ran it and taught us a couple things on with regards to the things that we needed to get fixed. And I felt like last week we defended the run very well. I know the quarterback had the scrambles, but then this week felt like against that team, you know, their backs are pretty damn good. I felt like we did a pretty good job today.
You were watching Jets Overtime presented by SiriusXM. Eric Allen alongside Quincy Enunwa here at MetLife Stadium. The Jets, it was a thumping tonight of the New England Patriots, 24-3. Aaron Rodgers, 27 of 35, Quincy.
Yeah.
for 281 yards and 2 touchdowns. We've been seeing flashes from him in the early going the first couple of weeks, but he was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, and the most exciting thing for me was that we saw him moving the pocket, right? And I think that's one of the things that we all recognize when Aaron Rodgers, right? We like that we saw, okay, he's a conductor in the back, making sure everybody's doing what they need to do. But the most important thing for us was to see that he's mobile. Not just because Aaron Rodgers is mobile, but because obviously he's coming off the Achilles injury. We want to see if he's the same old Aaron Rodgers. And today he showed that, man. Guys were all over the field, scramble drill catches. Conklin was all over the middle of the field. That's what you like to see.
Yeah. So in all, Q, you're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 10 guys caught passes from Rodgers today. And we've been waiting for maybe the tight ends to get more involved, but Robert Saleh has been stressing it throughout that you just need more plays. And the Jets controlled the time of possession today. They controlled the line of scrimmage, and Rodgers controlled this game for 60 minutes.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I spoke about in the pregame show is that the Patriots do a good job of disguising coverages. And with that comes your need to extend plays. So that's why we want to see Aaron Rodgers being able to move, because now it allows you to kind of get them out of those coverages, get them out of those man coverages as well. And the biggest thing there was Garrett Wilson was doubled so much that he had to spread the ball around. So good for all those guys coming up big for him.
All right, so tonight, Tyler Conklin, 5 catches, 93 yards. Garrett Wilson, 5 catches, 33 yards. Breece Hall, 4 catches, 29 yards. Allen Lazard, 3 catches for 48 yards. Mike Williams, 3 catches for 34 yards. Braelon Allen, 3 catches for 13 yards. And then you had Xavier Gibson, 2 catches for 16 yards. Jeremy Ruckert, 2 catches for 16 yards. If you were open, he found you tonight. And the defense was fantastic on the other side of the ball. 7 sacks in all. Let's now go to Ethan Greenberg with one of tonight's heroes. That's Quinnen Williams.
Here with Quinnen Williams. Quinnen, what worked for this defense so well today?
Just doing the things, man, the right way, executing the right way. The coach called the calls, and we got to go out there and execute the calls. So, like I said, man, we've been building from the last 2 weeks on the different things we did wrong, and still building off today and the things we did wrong. So, just getting better, taking the initiative to get better every single week, every single day is our main goal, the main focus. And today, one of those days where the last 2 weeks we struggled on certain things, and we did good today. So,
Jamien Sherwood takes over at Mike from the start this game. What did you think about the way that he communicated and the way that he's played, not only in week 3, but also last week?
Oh, Jamie is unbelievable, man. Jamie could be a middle linebacker for any team in this NFL, man. Starting middle linebacker, so I'm super blessed to have him on our team, and super blessed to have CJ, a leader amongst leaders, man, to help Jamien Sherwood and anything he can do from his rookie year, from Jamien Sherwood rookie year. So it was funny because when Jamien Sherwood stepped in, nobody blinked, nobody cared. Well, we cared about CJ injury, but nobody blinked, nobody really thought anything, because we know how hard Jamien worked, and we know the things that he's coming with and the intensity that he's coming with. So it's amazing to have him on the team also. So
no Jermaine Johnson for the first time from the jump. What did you think about the way the defensive line played overall?
I think we did good, man. I think we went out there and played our play how we supposed to play, rush how we supposed to rush, and did the things. You got guys doing unbelievable things like Will McDonald and stepping up and doing the things that he can do and getting better every single week. You got Ken Law doing the same thing, man. So it's been unbelievable. So we got to go and learn from the negatives and learn from the things we did wrong and continue to stack week in and week out, because we haven't hit our stride yet. We still trying to get things in order, still trying to get things done the right way. So we got a long way to go.
You talk about hitting the stride. What needs to happen for this defense to finally hit its stride? And furthermore, like, how nice was it to play with a lead and really pin your ears back a little bit?
It was dope playing with a lead, man. But as a defense, no matter we got a lead, no matter we don't got a lead, our job is to stop the other team from scoring. So, and that's our mentality, and that's what we can do better. Just the different penalties we had, the different miscues we had, the different miscommunication with an amazing crowd today. We out there trying to figure out the calls and stuff like that, man. So small things like that we can do better, man, and just executing and staying consistent. So we got a long way to go as a defense to get to where we want to go, but we head in the right direction. So
I want to finish up asking you this. Saw a couple people use Jermaine Johnson's celebration like in honor of Johnson or Jermaine not being on the field. Was that discussed at all beforehand, and how cool is it from your perspective to rally around someone who's a big part of this defense, obviously done for the year?
Oh, he's a huge part of our defense, man. He's a huge part of each one of our lives, not just on football, but off the field also, man. So he's a guy who's an all-pro kind of DN and Pro Bowl DN, man, and we know he would have been here doing the same thing, man, giving his 100%, balling his tail off. So, man, to be able to play on Thursday night, I know he watching. It just came together. Every single body got a sack, man. They did his sack celebration to just honor him and let him know, yo, we out here playing for you, and we know that he got our back and we got his back. So
awesome, Q. Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Quinnen Williams who got on the sack board tonight against the Patriots. He had one. Will McDonald leading the way for the Jets defensively with 2 sacks, but 7 sacks in all, 5 tackles for loss, and 15 quarterback hits. We talked about before the game, hey, you got to make the Patriots one-dimensional, and they did. They played complementary football tonight, the New York Jets.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think going into it, I was a little bit worrisome about how the Patriots would respond to the Jets defense. But the Jets defense made it really challenging from the very beginning. From snap A to snap Z, like every single snap was tough for that for that Patriots offense. They made it hard for Jacoby Brissett. He ended up having to come out of the game. He didn't want to take any more of a beating. I mean, it's tough back there as a quarterback when your guys aren't able to get open and you're getting constant pressure. You just can't make anything happen. And they couldn't get the run game going either. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson, I really thought he was going to get something going. He had a few good runs in there, and unfortunately he had that face mask that brought the play back, and then they just couldn't get anything going with him.
This team certainly loves playing for each other, with each other.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Ethan, a good question there as far as those sack celebrations. They were paying homage to their fallen teammate in Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I think ultimately it shows how much of a team they are, how great of a bond they have. You know, they've been going to battle with each other through training camp, through LTAs, all those different things. And you're seeing it show up on the field. They're missing one of their best players on the field, and they're constantly just showing homage to him.
Before we get to Aaron Rodgers, I just want to point out that I was at the gym this morning on the TVs. I saw them talking about that, hey, it has been 23 games since he had reached 300 yards passing. And it's 23 or 24 tonight. He could have got there if he wanted to.
Definitely.
He controlled this game. And when you're watching, this offense is just showing promise of what it ultimately can become. This is their 3rd game together with Aaron Rodgers playing quarterback.
Yeah, it's really promising. I mean, you look at some of those plays on the field. There were a few times where he would throw it to the outside receiver, and it looked like it was just a made-up play. Like, hey, listen, you got man on man. Let me just throw this goal ball to you. He had one to Mike Williams. I think he had another one to Garrett Wilson. So just giving guys the ball, spreading it around, and it just shows what's going to happen, what's to come, right? We're seeing glimpses each week. Each week we're seeing a different version of Aaron Rodgers' game. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next week.
Let's go to Aaron Rodgers right now.
After everything that you went through last year, to finally get a moment like this in this building, fans chant your name and all that, did it make it any more special for you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a really special night. All those chants are really meaningful. I was kind of hoping for a stop there to be able to take a final knee on the field, but yeah, special night.
You talked about getting off to a fast start. Is that what you had in mind?
Well, I would have loved to score on the first possession, but I felt like I don't think we had a 3-and-out all night. Sounds about right. So we were efficient offensively, good on 3rd down. Spread the ball around a lot, ran the ball pretty well, pass protected pretty well. I moved out the spot a few times, halfway decent, so a lot of good things to build on from this game.
How did it feel for you to get out on the move like that?
Yeah, it felt great. I was, feeling real good out there. I felt good pregame, and I've been progressing. I said to you guys after week 1, it's going to be a process of continuing to extend plays once I feel more comfortable, and this was kind of the first step in playing like I know I'm capable of playing. I felt like I was, myself quite a few years ago.
The tackle where you broke out to the left and then they brought you down as you were going out of bounds, was that a step as well for you to take that hit in that situation?
That was on me. I mean, I did the classic 2008 running the sidelines and Julius Peppers drilled me where I just kind of gave up, thought I wasn't going to get touched. So I'm 40 and there's really fast guys in this league, so I got to finish the play out of bounds. But yeah, that was, every time I get drilled or tackled out of bounds like that, it's, another piece of confidence for me.
On the touchdown to Allen, did you? It looked like maybe you changed the play because they blitzed on that play. I'm wondering if you saw that and just ad-libbed something.
Yeah, we had him on a little bubble, and we're actually running away from the pressure, but I just felt like we were going to have 10 guys on one side of the hash, and it was one-on-one to Allen, and that'd probably be a better option than the run away to a dropping end and then a slanting line.
Allen immediately ran the ball to you. Did you let him know that the first touchdown here would have special meaning or anything like that?
I don't remember saying that. I'm not sure if he had that in his mind, but I'll take it. Thanks.
How did you feel after the first touchdown?
After the first touchdown, I felt good. I felt like we had a lot of good drives. We backed up a number of times and switched the field position, and then got points out of drives. I wish maybe I'd thrown that ball to Mike slightly more outside, but that would have been nice to get to 28-3. But man, I'm proud of our guys. We've been improving, but it hasn't been good enough for some people outside the room. So to have a performance like tonight, I don't know how many yards you finished with, but it feels really good.
The touchdown to Garrett, you had gone to him the play before. He looked like he was upset that he just didn't get into the end zone. That was a tight window. Was it just a matter of you wanted to get him the ball on that play there?
No, that's one of the QB mortal sins. Premeditated decision. He kind of said something coming back to the huddle like, throw me the ball again, which is great. So I said, okay. So we had kind of a run-pass option there, and he kind of got, it was maybe slow in his route a little bit, so I was kind of double-clutched it, but he's the type of guy where sometimes you feel like, I've learned this, but a normal ball you think is going to be on target, a foot in front of the numbers, is sometimes behind him, so I've learned to throw it even wider than I actually think. And I'm glad I did because Gonzalez was in a good spot there. G made just, for the mere mortal, really difficult catch. But for him, made it look easy.
It's a dark night. A big night for Aaron Rodgers. Wow. He was really good. And the great news, if you're a Jets fan, and you're looking at these stats right there, 400 total yards, 267 yards for Rodgers. But then it's that balance with the on the ground as well, 133 yards. All week we had talked about, the Patriots are really rushing the football well. Yeah. Well, the Jets won the bet on the ground, and Rodgers was masterful, but the Jets probably left some points on the board here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can even talk about the missed field goal, right? Like, there were so many different plays that they had where they could have put so many more points on the field. This offense was firing on all cylinders. Like he said, they didn't have a 3-and-out. It just looked like a great football team. And, I was a little worried about this Patriots defense. Yeah. I'll say that again. But I think this Jets offense just literally just wipe them with their,
let's go through the scoring plays. I wanted to get your thoughts on the Lazard touchdown that got the Jets on the board.
Yeah, no, this was a good play. So this is something that they've been doing all year now. This is an RPO. I love this play because it gives you the option. But what's so interesting about it is that it's a short yardage play. It's not usually one where you have that guy so close to you. But he knew he had to get his guy to make a miss.
And the Hall touchdown there, I love that the Jets use Olu Fashanu as a tackle eligible on that play.
Definitely. And then this one here was a great one because, like he said, this is one of those plays where it's like, hey, give me the ball. And when I saw it, I knew he was going to go back to him. I knew he wanted to give him that ball. So it was great that they had that connection. Like, listen, you deserve this touchdown.
Can you speak to the quality of throw that Rodgers has on the touchdown to Wilson? Because it goes down in the books as a 2-yard score, right. But it's just an incredible pass.
Yeah, 2 yards behind him, and that's an interception, probably a pick six, right? Like, it's one of those things where you got to be precise, and he knows that. He spoke about it, and I think that what's so good about it is that they're going to continue to do things like that and trust each other.
All right, so it is time for report cards, and you typically are a very favorable grader.
Absolutely.
But I would imagine we're going to be seeing a few A's tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for the offense, I'm going to give them an A. They did everything just about right. No interceptions, no turnovers, and I think we're going to see that throughout the year. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to turn the ball over. It really be about everybody else just holding on to the ball. But this offense was great, and everybody touched the ball. He was like Oprah, you get a pass, you get a pass, you get a pass, right? It was just great football.
Jets won the battle at the line of scrimmage. Rodgers was fantastic. The skill position talent showed up. They controlled the ball. I think, bottom line, and you mentioned too, no turnovers.
Yeah.
So that's one turnover for the Jets offensively in 3 games. I give them an A as well offensively.
Yeah.
Defense.
Defense, I'm going to go again with an A. We talked about Oprah and giving everybody a pass. This one was everybody gets a sack, everybody gets a QB hit, right? Like, I mean, everybody was in the backfield. There was a party back there, Project X in the backfield. Everybody was enjoying themselves. And that's what you want to see continuously over and over again. It makes it easy on the DBs. They don't have to cover too long because the quarterback is spooked, right? He doesn't know what to do back there because he's constantly feeling pressure. I mean, they even had safeties back there. Yeah. Chuck Clark with a great play, getting a sack, and then it followed up with a forced fumble, stripped it from Ramondre Stevenson. So, man, just guys all over the field making great plays.
I'm going an A, too. And you think about what the Jets had to endure this week. They lost Jermaine Johnson, obviously, to the Achilles tendon tear. You had Jamie Sherwood starting in place of C.J. Mosley, who's dealing with that toe injury, and he was fantastic again. You got D.J. Reed back in the lineup, and at all 3 levels, the Jets just brought it. Yeah. Jacoby Brissett is going out of MetLife Stadium tonight, battered and bruised.
Absolutely.
I mean, they got him out of the game. That was the first time we saw Drake May in the National Football League. But the Jets, wire to wire, defensively took it to him. How about special teams?
So special teams, I was a little rough on this one, but I just want them to be better. I'm a big special teams fan. I love everybody there, but let me not talk too much. I gave them a C+. Now let me explain why. Right?
Okay, all right.
So I gave them a C+ because of the missed field goal. Right. I think missed field goals are tough. You want those points there. And then they had the unnecessary roughness by Irvin Charles. Just kind of backed them up. Now, they were able to recover with a fumble on the defensive side, but, just because of those 2 things, I had to give them a C+.
That's fair. I guess I'm just a favorable grader tonight. I gave him an A-, but more so just for the missed field goal. But bottom line, the New York Jets are 2-1. At the beginning of the season, if I asked you, hey, you're going to win 2 out of 3 here with 3 games in 11 days, what would you have said?
I would have said, it looks like we're going to the Super Bowl. No, look, this is exciting. This is an exciting year. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the rest of the season.
Speaking of the rest of the season, here is the upcoming schedule. A little mini bye coming up for the New York Jets, and then they will host the Denver Broncos right back here at MetLife Stadium before a trip to London and a game against the Minnesota Vikings and former Jets quarterback Sam Darnold. That team is playing well right now, but the Jets are 2-1, 1-0 in the division, and the Jets ended a streak of losses to New England last January. Mm-hmm. This is the first time they beat New England at home since 2015. The times are a-changing, but Aaron Rodgers is timeless. A hell of a performance from the New York Jets, wire to wire, 24-3 for Quincy Enunwa. And a cast of thousands here at MetLife Stadium. I'm Eric Allen. We're signing off.